Sauce, the fresh maker.
Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Boom. We are. What are you doing?
Raising my chin. I forgot my glasses.
We are live for CobraCast 199. I am your co-host tonight, D-Day Cobra, and I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the most requested co-host in the history of Fortnite, Drunk 3PO. What's up, Drunk 3PO?
How's it going? What's good, Snake Pit? How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good time over there?
We got the celebration shades on. Let me know how the audio is. I'm running this a little bit differently than I normally do. I'm capturing the StreamYard's call, so it should be good to go. Let me know if you hear Jay okay. Let me know if you hear me okay. I'm ready to get this party started. So, dude, the funny Jimmy Ray, are you still here? Jimmy Ray, are you still in the chat? So when I first created the stream link, Jimmy Ray, RFK is over on Timcast apparently. Jimmy Ray comes in there, and there was an hour before my stream starts. He goes, I would rather sit here in silence for an hour than listen to RFK on Timcast.
Wow.
Honestly, that's a good question. Name the things you would rather listen to than RFK talk. Like, it is brutal to listen to this man talk. It is a chore.
I would think like at this time he would just like, no offense to him and his disease, but he would get one of those like, okay, how's everybody going? I'm running for president. I can do a lot of push-ups, and I got abs better than anybody else under the age of 55. That's all I'm saying.
RFK's trash. There were so many people that bought into him, he's this, he's based and all. He's nothing. He's a fucking left-wing lunatic Democrat. He's garbage. I don't know what he's saying on Timcast because I didn't watch it, but yeah, I have zero respect for that dude. I want nothing to do with him. And there's a certain guy that just dominated New York, Jay. That's who we're talking about. That's who we're here for. Donald J. Trump, the man, the myth, the legend.
Man, the spin on that is so good. There are people taking aerial that got aerial photos of that event. And they were like, see, no one showed up. And then like community notes and stuff were like, yeah, that was like 4 hours before the event even started.
Yep.
It's glorious. You love to see it. The first time, I don't know if this is the very first time a president has been to the Bronx, but it's been a very long time.
Yeah, I think Reagan.
Because you want to know why? Because there's no reason for a president someone that's running for president, especially a Republican, to even go to the Bronx. Why? Because typically New York is going to go blue, right?
Correct.
So you need to focus on those states, most candidates, but Trump is not your normal candidate, right?
Yep.
They'll focus on those little swing states where like the polling numbers are kind of even. They'll just go focus on that. But, they're like, it's going to be blue. I'm not going to waste my resources. Let me stick it over there. First time since Reagan in 1980. Look at that. Snake Pit is always on top of things. So that's all I'm saying. And like they won't do that. And that's what Hillary did. Like when Hillary was running, she stopped going.
Yeah.
To these places. And she's like, I got this in the bag. I got these states in the bag, man. I don't need to go there. Let me go over here. And then, she really got it, didn't she?
The arrogance is out of control.
Yes, yes, it is.
WMH435 says Trump did nothing wrong. 199 agreed. Lord Voldemort for a gifted membership. Let's go. Tin Head officially later and gay. Mike Hill says Donald Trump lawyers trying to make sure the Apprentice movie gets released. Why? What happened? What's the latest development on that? I'm not caught up on that one. Blabs Tower Tard says a new indictment in New York alleges Trump robbed a jewelry store and told them to make me a grill. The whole top MAGA and bottom row gold.
Gotta love it.
It's so good, man. Cellular Dream says, Jay, what kind of sausage do you like?
Patties.
There you go.
I
agree with Jay for $2 says, I agree with Jay.
Well,
Samuel B says, Jay, I love you. Joe the Bard says, let it be known that I also agree with Jay. Samuel B. Walker, thank you for the member message. Dragon Dan says, buy Achromatic Chronicles. That's right.
Coming soon. I think I'm getting closer to a drop date. It might be the 10 days in June. So about June 10th, maybe it should be ready to go. I think that's what we're looking at.
Hell yeah.
Because we're starting the process like next week to make sure like everything is looking good. So soon it's coming. It'll be in June no matter what. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Sumo Orange for 2 says RFK Jr. is like his uncle, no brains. The MAA errands, where to go? It jumped on me. So the Bronx, and that's for 20. So the Bronx is on the Trump train. Hispanics, Latinas are persuaded to the common sense. So what Hail Mary what in the Hail Mary are the libtards gonna throw in the next 5 months, the quarter last second, Trump 2024? I don't know, but you can guarantee that they're going to lose their minds, and you can guarantee that they're going to try some crazy shit. I mean, I saw this clip right here. Check this out, Jay. Have you seen this one? Check this out.
Well, I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
They are so mad. They
That's
are
some serious
so
cope, man, like that. And she was like all sluggish.
I know, man.
She must have been up late in the, a little nervous there. So saying I love the statement where I've always said this: when you got to resort to name calling, you've lost the argument. And her first statement was Donald Trump and all his clowns.
Mm-hmm.
So all the black people that spoke, all the Latin people that spoke, everyone that came up there, I guess she's calling all those people clowns. You got to love it.
Yep. I know it.
That's what it is. They resort to name calling because they got nothing left. Nothing.
Yep. Check this out.
What are you here for?
I'm here to watch the Trump gathering rally here.
What do you think about him being here?
I think it's great. I think it's dope. From my generation, from what I know, this is the first time president has actually came to the hood. I know presidents have came to the Bronx before, but we're talking about Woodlawn, Riverdale. He has came to Morrisania, South Bronx, the hood. So I respect that.
What are you here for?
Trump's winning over everybody, man. Like the momentum is through the roof right now.
Jeremy, why did you play that clown? How dare you play a clown?
I know it.
According to CNN,
yep.
Who, you know what's sad? This is what the left think of these people. They literally are saying, New York is dumb. They're gonna vote for Biden no matter what, and anybody who doesn't is a clown. That's literally what they're saying, and it's pretty disgusting.
Listen,
that's what they think.
Oh man, am I frozen? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Why am I frozen?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. What's going on there? No telling these days. I hope my whole system doesn't crash.
Jeremy's in the bathroom.
It is what
someone
it is.
said clowns for Trump, honk, honk.
Yeah, why am I frozen? That's so weird. Well, hell, I don't know. Jay, what are we going to do? Maybe you got to take over.
Okay.
All right, we'll see. What the heck? Yep, that's bullshit. All right, so what are we going to do, Jay?
Are you going to leave and come back?
No, but I think I need to be fair. Because I showed a Trump supporter, Jay.
Yeah.
We're going to have to show a Biden supporter.
Sweet Jesus.
Good afternoon. God bless y'all. I wanted to come on and do a quick speech about violence in our society, specifically America. As a presidential candidate, I want to definitely help reelect President Biden and Vice President Harris. Going forward, we're all human, regardless of party. I
just want to make sure we're being fair.
President, once I'm inaugurated, but like I said, we need to get back to peace, love, acceptance. We're a human race.
I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about America right now. All the guns, the kids, the violence, the anger,
guns, the kids,
the prejudice, discrimination toward groups, sexuality. The way we look, where we come from, we're all America.
Guns, kids, and sexuality.
And borders, and we need
Biden
to
Harris.
live like it. And get
I just wanted to be fair. I mean, if we're going to show Trump supporters, we should show Biden supporters. You know what I mean? Why am I frozen? It's
Guns,
so fucking weird.
Kids, and sexuality. What the freak?
I have no idea. Hang on. I've got to go to the BRB screen. I'll be right back. Hang on. All right. There, we're back. We're back, Jay. So let's talk about this. Does this intimidate you, Jay? Does this intimidate you? Does this make you think like, man, these Biden supporters, like, I think the general public's gonna take this person really seriously. You know what I mean? Really nervous about that.
Yeah, guns, kids, and sexuality. That's quite a statement there.
Yeah, I mean, this right here, this is your average Biden supporter right here, everybody. So let's make sure, we
Jeez, man.
Hey, just be intimidated, I guess, right? Holy fuck, what an ugly, horrifically disgusting piece of trash.
My thing
Good
is,
Lord.
you know what's fascinating is when the media was in the Bronx, and there's so many clips of of the media saying, "Why are you here?" And they start naming off things, how the country was better, unemployment, inflation, blah, 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 right? They go on this whole thing. Some of them you could tell they never had a camera in their face. They were stuttering a little bit, but they still were making a point of how much better the country was before. When you go to like Biden people, they just were like, their whole thing is, well, we just can't let them win, because it's going to be bad. And it's like, well, what have you guys done in the past 4 years to, give me an argument here. If I'm an undecided, tell me why you should have my vote. Well, you don't want them there. So they're bad people. You don't want them. We got to get rid of them. Okay, why? They have no counter argument for anything. Just like AOC. I know you went over that, right?
Yep.
AOC was like, God is good. God is so good because it's raining on the Trump rally. Well, he is good. The sky's cleared.
Well,
it was a cool breeze.
And to your point, this is what we get out of Trump showing up.
I'm very disturbed, number one, by these comments that these paid, elected officials off of our tax dollar are making towards a whole entire demographic of American citizens. They work for us. We don't work for them. They got it twisted. Okay?
Yes.
Yesterday, out in the Bronx, that was electric. There was something supernatural about that whole entire experience. The energy that was in that park of people of all races, all creeds, all religions, all together on one accord. And we were happy and we were excited. It was magical. You had to be there to understand and feel the energy. None of those rich people in suits would ever step foot in there. Donald Trump did, and we had his ear. He showed us that he cared.
Madeline, they've got away with saying that. They can feel confident because they've gotten away with saying those types of things for half a century.
Yeah.
That's
They've gotten
amazing.
away with accusing their opponents of racism. They've gotten away with making broken and unfulfilled promises.
But and this is what's happening, man. When he does stuff like this, he is destroying all of that noise, all of that bullshit. And then people are just starting to have conversations with their friends, with their family. And they're like, dude, what you're hearing is bullshit. It's all lies right now. And the momentum that Trump has is out of this world. And it's got to be making the powers that be extremely upset. And it worries me, to be honest. It worries me. Their desperation now. We got 5 months to go. And Trump is hotter than he's ever been, more popular than he's ever been. And MAGA has never, ever been in a better position. And that's got to scare the hell out of them.
I think they're waiting for this stupid trial to be over, just to see where that goes, and then it's going to amount to nothing. And then I think they're going to pounce even harder. We've all seen it. You covered the people just literally saying, if he shows up in my neighborhood, I'm going to, that horrible tweet that said that they were going to do, just trying to be YouTube friendly. But it's like, they don't care, man. That's how vile they are.
Yeah.
And that tweet that was posted was meant to scare people from showing up.
Yes.
It's meant to, frighten, everyone, don't support this guy because that's what's going to happen. There's going to be violence in the streets and everything. And this lady just said it perfectly. It was electric. There was something in the air, something that they haven't felt. There was unity, race, religion. Everybody was together because they deep down, no matter what the news media and I gotta say, like, on both sides, and the things that you see on social media where it looks like people hate our country, more people love our country than they do hate it. That stuff will just never get that stuff will never just get populated, out there in the news. But when you go to these rallies, you can clearly see people of all race, people of all religion that love our country. There's no reasoning for them to make the trek out there if they didn't love our country.
1,000%.
There's no reason.
And,
right?
and they came here because of America and what it represents and what it symbolizes. And then you got these Democrats basically saying, let's tear down everything that you've ever known. And the reason that everybody wants to come to America is because of what it is. And all these Democrats want to do is tear it down from what it was. No, when Trump says make America great again, everybody knows what he means. Yeah. And wisdom prevails for 20 on Rumble says just calling the other side racist ain't going to cut it anymore.
No.
1,000%. Not going to happen.
And I do want to stand corrected. Someone in the chat said they're called Americans, Jay. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. At the end of the day, they're called Americans, and they want to see it's frustrating to see what has happened just so quickly in this country in just a few years, where all our money is being spent ridiculously. Debt is all over the place. I mean, I'm beating a dead horse here, but we've all see it. And it just seems like every single day there's something else. It's just like, hey, guess what? We got Luke Skywalker here. We're going to raise more money for Ukraine and take it out of, the middle class and everything else. So it's unbelievable.
Yep. Well, I've got a really good kind of video that we're gonna watch here in just a second. Let me catch a few of these super chats really quick.
That's fine, and then I'm gonna destroy college students if you don't mind.
Heck yeah, I'm fine with that. McCock says, "Say my name, Jay."
Wait, is that McCock?
Yeah.
I said it right.
Lewis Woodcock says, "Hail the Cobra Cow connection."
Jeremy, someone in the chat says sunglasses look dumb on you guys.
Oh, my bad. Here.
Yeah, let me take them off.
Let me put my other ones on then. There you go. All right, is that better? I'll just change. All right, there we go. Is that better?
My bad.
All right, there we go. All right, these are a little harder to see out of. The other ones are easier to see out of. Jake the Movie Geek says, Jeremy is like a cartoon character. He wears the same clothes every single day. Every single day. Hey, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Daria Murphy says, did you see Trump's New York Groove video? Hashtag Jay's right. I don't know if I've seen his New York Groove video. I've got a lot bookmarked. Golden Nugget says, sorry, Jay, for the paranoia on your stream, but I've been going through some stuff. I'm trying not to worry so much. I appreciate all the work you guys do.
Well, don't be sorry, man. Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Ozma for 20 says, what that lady said about the Bronx rally the day in January was exactly that a million times better. That exactly a million times. Jeremy, I'm coming to see you in Dallas. Have a Trump gift for you. That's what's up. I love to hear that. Zevin Cross says, Trump, the most electrifying man. There you go. He's definitely got the pulse of the people, man. There's no doubt about it. Greg the Goblin for $2. If this was Jay's stream, it would have been $100, but whatever. Says, I agree with Jay.
I'll be live on Fortnite later, Greg.
He says, I agree with Jay. I agree with Jay. Love Dogs for the 199. Thank you. I agree with Jay. Says, I would rather listen to Beardo read super chats than listen to RFK speak. Wow. Okay, that is tough right there. Okay, yeah. That is tough. It's borderline, but I guess I'm gonna have to agree with you. But it's borderline. Jessica, what's up? Jessica says, Jeremy, I just wanted to express how much gratitude. Express much gratitude for you promoting the GCA Wednesday. Me and the other GCA crew cannot express our thanks enough. Don't mention it. I like when awesome people are out there doing awesome things. So that's all that matters to me. So hail the GCA. Dean H says Joe Biden is winning over nobody. That's true. Randor, a member message, and thank you. Arclight says, love him or hate him, Tim's show was so good tonight with RFK Jr. facing head on all the questions, the real ones. I'll have to check it out. I'll see some highlights. Nothing against Tim at this point, but like I literally can't sit through 2 hours of RFK talking. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I'd rather listen to Kamala Harris laugh for 2 fucking hours than listen to RFK talk. It's tough, bro. It's tough. I know. Eric K says Jeremy's cam loves the chat. Broken again. Bennett says any politician that calls half the country clowns should not be in office in our so-called democracy. 1,000% on that one. I agree completely. Okay, I got a few more, but we're gonna have to look at this video right here. So this is a really good video that I ran across. Top 10 moments from the Trump rally in the Bronx. It's about a 25-minute video, but there's some good shit in here. Okay, really a bigger. And the channel is this guy right here, Barry Cunningham. All right, Barry Cunningham. For those that, and I'm sure Eric K can find that link right here. Here we
crowd
go.
that I think Democrats would like to see, particularly given this is one of the bluest counties in the entire country. Now, one of the things that was interesting to me is that the Trump campaign said that they were going to micro-target to get people from the community to come to this rally. I wasn't sure what to expect. I've gone to a lot of these rallies across the country, and there are often people who travel hundreds of miles to see Donald Trump, and they're not necessarily part of the community. However, one of the things that I found was that there were a lot of people here that were actually from the Bronx.
What else really stood out to you about the rally?
I will say this rally did look a lot like America. There was a lot of Asian voters there. There were a lot of Hispanic voters, a lot of black voters there, which is not typical for a Trump rally that I go to when I'm in Wisconsin or Michigan. Yeah. So that's what was fascinating here.
Section of New York.
Exactly, exactly. And that's specifically why Trump was there yesterday. Those are key demographics that he sees are starting to break for him just a little bit. That door is opening for Hispanic voters to start voting for Trump in record numbers. They want to capitalize on that in this election. They think if they do, it'll spell success for them.
The media was absolutely stunned by what happened in the Bronx.
Yeah, like the way that they were acting about this, like there's a video, and I haven't watched it, but I bookmarked it, but apparently AOC was on with Hassan reacting to some of the moments from the Bronx rally.
That's great.
Yeah. She also posted a picture of like her and Hassan's stream next to like a random Trump stream or something on like YouTube or something, and it showed Hassan had more viewers. So disingenuous, because she was basically trying to pretend like that was the total amount of people watching. Like Benny Johnson had 20,000 watching him react to the Trump thing.
Yeah.
Right Side had over 100,000 just on YouTube.
They just had over 100,000.
She's a lying piece of trash. It's unbelievable. But this video is really good.
The Trump rally, depending upon whose estimate that you look at, could have been as high as 100,000 plus people. I don't know if that's true. That's what the fire marshal in New York said. They originally were hoping to get 3,500 people.
What are the trends you're seeing among Hispanic voters this year?
Yeah, so we saw a trend among Hispanic voters from 2016 to 2020 where they became less Democratic. Look at the trend that we're seeing right now in the polling, right? So if you look back at
it. And thanks, Eric, for dropping the link to this channel, because as you guys know, anytime I react to anything or anybody's channel, I want to put the link in the description, so or in the comments. So thanks for that, Eric. Look at these numbers right here, Jay. May of 2020, and all this is post. A lot of this happened post indictments.
And you know they put the low end number in there too, CNN.
Especially CNN. Especially CNN.
You know how like the numbers, like they'll go from like 40 to 50. They'll be like, put the low end 40 in there, and that thing.
Yep. 100%.
That's crazy.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Hispanic voters at this point in the 2020 cycle, Joe Biden had a 25-point lead. Look at where that lead is today. It's just 7 points. Donald Trump right now at 44%, if that helped, would be the best performance for a Republican candidate among Hispanic voters since George W. Bush back in 2004. And this is part of a larger trend line, Kate, that we're seeing among non-white voters. We see it among black voters as well. We've discussed that on this program before, whereby they're much more favorable to Donald Trump than they were 4 years ago. And of course, Donald Trump did better winner amongst both of those groups in 2020 versus how he did in 2016.
The media seems to be a little bit stunned.
You know what's funny? They thought they had the Latin vote, and they started with that Latinx crap. You notice they don't use that anymore.
They don't use that anymore.
When they started losing that vote, and they started losing those people, they're like, get the Latinx out of here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get it out.
1,000%.
They hate it. Get it out of here.
Yep. Oh, man, they moved away from that one quick. That one, like, backfired. So they were like, they stepped on a rake on that one, man. And it just popped them in their face. They're like, okay, we fucked up. We got to stop.
This morning, they covered the Trump rally, and they have never seen anything like it. In fact, most Americans haven't seen anything like it. The last thing that could be compared to it was when Reagan went into the Bronx way back in the 80s. There has been nothing like this in over 40 years. And you can look at those media reports and you can tell they weren't too happy about it. And I'm wondering if anyone has done a wellness check on AOC. When you look at the faces of those people in the media, it's almost as if they went to a funeral. They might just have. It would be the funeral for the Biden campaign. I don't think he can recover. There's no way he can go on television, make these stupid speeches, slur his way through stuff when you've got something like that happening now over and over. 100,000 people in Wildwood, tens of thousands of people in deep blue New York City. He doesn't have to convert the entirety of the black voter market. And if Trump can move the needle even this much with the black and Hispanic community in the 5 boroughs of New York City, it's over. He's going to flip New York red. The rest of the state is pretty much red as it is, and he only needs this much from the inner city, from the 5 boroughs of New York City, to flip New York red. And if that happens, all the other polls don't mean anything.
Yeah, if he flips New York red,
historic, man.
It will break every left-wing brain on the fucking
historic
planet. Like everything. It's over if he flips New York red. It's over. Holy crap. And I don't know if it's possible. I really don't. I really don't know if it's possible.
There's a simple message. You go into these inner cities and you literally hold up, look at all the billions of dollars that they're sending outside of this country and not caring about you. That's all, you have to pound that message in there. Look at your schools, look at your roads, look at everything that's in here. Look at the crime. Look at it all, you know? Yeah. They don't care about you. Yeah, it's just like that's a simple message, you know, and like you just keep pounding that message in there, you know, and it will resonate. I'm telling. I got a video to show that once we're done here, that it's gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
It's over. So let's take a look at my top 10 moments of the Trump rally in the Bronx.
Number 10.
President Trump.
This is awesome.
One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures.
That's right.
Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You know Trump was embraced when they could bring up a couple rappers on stage. A couple of black rappers came on stage and basically endorsed Donald Trump in the Bronx. Amazing. They had the grill working. Another guy had all kinds of bling. Trump loved it. That meant a lot. He shook hands. They embraced him. 2 black rappers come on the stage in the Bronx and they endorsed Donald Trump.
Fantastic, man. And I love how Trump was like, what did he say about it? The grills? He's like, I got to get me some of those teeth or something.
Yeah, it was so great.
It was so good, dude. It was so funny. And this is the type of thing that really does start connecting with people because Trump is and I've said this before, I'll continue to say it again because it's true. He is a once-in-a-generation charisma machine.
Yeah.
There is nobody like him. There's nobody close. It's amazing how he's able to talk to people, connect with people, control a crowd, all of that. It's like nothing I've ever seen. It really is something special.
Number 9.
I'm from New York, and this is. I always tell myself, I went to Wildwood on May 11th, and I said, Bronx? Oh yeah, I'm going.
That's awesome. And what does it mean to you that he showed up in a blue state, New York?
I feel like he has guts. He's a New Yorker. I don't live too far from where he grew up, so I'm like, I have to go. I have to go show up for Donald Trump. He's in New York. Like, he has the guts.
Do you remember the days of the Grateful Dead when Jerry Garcia used to build a massive following of deadheads, people who would follow him all over the country? This woman here, she reminds me of a deadhead. We're going to start calling them Trump heads.
Number 8.
What are you here for?
I'm here to watch the Trump gathering rally here.
What do you think about him being here?
I think it's great. I think it's dope. From my generation, from what I know, this is the first time president has actually came to the hood. I know presidents have came to the Bronx before, but we're talking about Woodlawn, Riverdale. He has came to Morrisania, South Bronx.
Trump in the hood.
So I respect that.
How do you relate to
Trump walking into the hood? Like, he's already been to Harlem. Now he's been to the Bronx. Where else can he go in the New York area?
I'm telling you, this was, whether he wins New York or not, this was a boss genius move.
Yes.
Because everyone's talking about it. There are clips out here for days that no one can say anything, you know. It's unbelievable. This is just and then to have the people like, well, he came, how come the other guy ain't come? You know, it's like this will be talked about for a good long. This was a genius move to do this.
Yep, absolutely. So, and I see you, Jay Schwabach, over on Rumble. 2 massive $50 super chats. So
seeds
we'll get
were
to
planted. That's for sure. I see that in the chat. The seeds are planted. Yeah.
Yep. 1,000%.
People, you relate to people by going where they are, understanding how they live, understanding what makes them tick, what's bothering them. Trump went to the hood, and the hood responded.
Number 7.
I want
this is awesome
to join you in having the Bronx great again. Please accept this Democrat, this black Puerto Rican with a kinky hair and a broken English. Please accept my endorsement for you as a president.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
A Puerto Rican.
So good. And I love the part where he goes after AOC, because that's the same guy that he called out AOC, which I want to show that video a little bit later of when he called out AOC, but it was
he was
fantastic.
Mad.
Yeah.
He's a pastor, right? I think he was a pastor, and he was just like, how dare you, like, she used God?
Yep.
You know, like it was awesome. That was an awesome speech.
It really was.
A former political figure, a minister in the Bronx with kinky hair, just endorsed Donald Trump. You want to talk about diversity? What we saw at the Trump rally in the Bronx, we saw Hispanic voters. We saw black voters. We saw white voters. Trump covered the spectrum. Diversity was on display. So much for racism.
Number 6.
Where are you from?
The Bronx, actually.
I'm originally from the Bronx and from New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Right here in the Bronx, New York. This is home, right here.
AOC says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump. You need to tell her that she need to stay out the Bronx, because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump. I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
And who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Nothing.
All right, chat. I'll pause there for a minute. Chat was, just want to pause right there. Nice pink MAGA hat. Just shout out to the chat. Okay.
Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
What I find interesting about this group is that...
Dude, look at that group of people. Those are MAGA voters. But they say it's all angry white males, Jay. That's what they say.
But that last lady they showed was correct. People are struggling.
Yes.
And we're angry about it. We are struggling. And it's like now you have a billionaire who doesn't even take a salary, that wants to give everybody a chance to have the little more support financially, with their families and stuff. And when they see the opposition just say, oh, they're just racist and they're bad and they're that. Yeah, it's like you're making more people angry because they're gonna have enough. They're gonna have enough of it. Pink cares for Trump. Pink cares for Trump. There we go.
She doesn't even know what struggle is.
What I find interesting about this group is that they represented the Bronx. There are so many people on Twitter /X saying this wasn't representative of the people of the Bronx. Bullshit. This was the Bronx. They represented, they came out. They may not have been Trump followers, but they left as Trump followers. That is huge.
Yep.
Number 5.
His policies, I like how he says it like it is, and and Biden gotta go. I'm sick of him.
And what would you say to a black person that says that you're not black because you're voting for Trump?
Well, then I guess I identify as a white man. I don't know. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm a mother. I care about the future of my child, and I care about policy.
Thank you.
Over, rhetoric.
I have to be careful with.
Perfectly said. Perfectly
exactly. I don't care what they call me. I care about my family. They're not paying my bills. They're not buying my groceries. 100%. I love it.
Yeah, we have to reject the labels and the identity politics bullshit. We have to continue to reject that stuff because it's not helping anything or anyone. And they want it to have an effect. And the moment you tell them your words mean nothing, your labels mean nothing, it just drives them crazy. Like, again, when I first started to do this, I would get called racist and sexist. And I'm like, oh, my God, I don't want to be called that. That's a terrible thing to be called. This is years ago. You know what I mean? And at some point, I was like, okay. I mean, at this point, it's a compliment to be called a racist and a sexist now. It's a compliment. So, yeah, keep calling me that. I don't care. It means absolutely nothing. These words mean nothing. These labels mean nothing anymore. They used to mean something. They used to carry weight, but they don't anymore.
With what I say right now, you're not supposed to talk about the trans movement, but this kind of trans movement, I'm all for. This was a transracial movement. This woman said, if you don't like what I have to say, well, that's too bad. It's just too bad on you. I'm identifying as a white man. You like that? Is that good enough for you? She put it back in their faces big time. She cares about her family, her young child. That's what matters. Forget all this other trans nuttery stuff. Don't get me in trouble with that. I'm talking about this woman who just identified as transracial. What do you got to say about that?
Number 4.
Joe Biden's policies has failed. It's failed us when in terms of the economy, in terms of his immigration, in terms of the environment. I mean, these policies only hurt black people. It doesn't help them.
Are you surprised to see this much support in the South Bronx? You grew up here, you know the people, you know your neighbors. I doubt everybody out here is.
Huh?
What? Did they beep out the word illegal immigration?
Let's see.
Joe Biden's policies has failed. It's failed us when in terms of the economy, in terms of his immigration, in terms of the environment.
They did.
What the freak?
They did. Wow.
That's a bad word now?
Wow.
You can't call it illegal immigration?
And this is that Fox? Is that a Fox News?
I don't know.
It looks like Fox News up top. Holy shit. I didn't catch that.
Freaking media, man.
When in terms of the economy, in terms of his immigration.
That's what I always say. You can't trust both sides of the media. They will. This is embarrassing. What else? What do they expect you to call it?
That is amazing.
Like what do they expect you to call it? Like
that is amazing.
These people just will constantly try to brainwash, like them beeping this word, and if all the other freaking news medias do that kind of stuff, that's teaching a generation like that's a bad word. Don't say it, right? Don't say it. Okay, so they're trying to make illegal people coming into this
Hang
country.
on. Somebody said they think he said the F word.
Okay.
Now, hang on.
All right,
I don't know. I don't know that.
Go off.
I don't know. I know. And I was like, let me. So I don't know. Let's listen to this one more time.
My bad.
Okay?
My bad.
No. You might be right though. Hang on.
Got to say about that.
Number 4.
Joe Biden's policies has failed. It's failed us when in terms of the economy, in terms of his immigration.
No, he did not. There was no F word there, bro. There was no F word there. That he just straight up said illegal immigration. So they beeped out illegal immigration. Go, Jay. Sorry. Wanted to make sure.
But that is media brainwashing to people. So they're trying to say, those people coming in, don't worry, it's okay. Like we'll take care of them. I totally understand people wanting a better life and coming in this country, but there's a proper way to get into this country to do that, right? There's a proper way. You just don't open the borders wide up and let everybody run in. You just don't do that. You know,
No.
there's a definitely there's a proper way, and every freaking nation has it. Every nation. So it's not. So don't be like, oh, that's a terrible thing to say. No. There's a wall around the Vatican, for crying out. I mean, they build walls around all these places all the time. That's just how it is. So, and now they want to bleep out that term. That's
insane. It's insane. All these celebrities, you know what they have at their houses? Armed security.
Oh yeah, they
walls.
live in a gated community and all that stuff.
Yes, exactly. They have no problem when they're protecting themselves. It's rules for thee, not for me. You know, that's essentially all it is.
In terms of the environment, I mean, these policies only hurt black people. It doesn't help them.
Are you surprised to see this much support in the South Bronx? You grew up.
You think it was an edit for YouTube? So are you thinking that maybe that this guy edited potentially? I don't know about that, man.
He's been saying he dropped a couple bombs, like you know.
Illegal immigration should not get you hit on YouTube.
Here, you know the people, you know your neighbors. I doubt everybody out here is a Trump fan, right?
Right. There are a lot of anti-Trump people in my neighborhood, but still, some of them believe and are coming to vote for Donald Trump because they believe in economic success and they believe in lowering crime.
But the crime, the economy, and also immigration, what have you noticed with kind of the migrant crisis, specifically in New York alone? How has it impacted your neighborhood?
Well, for one,
I will say this looks like probably a local New York station, probably.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it doesn't change anything. I'm just trying to, put that out there. It looks like maybe a local New York station.
What? Maybe he'll say it again.
They're being transported to
what?
Well,
he said it again.
They're being transported to.
Did he say migrants? Is that what they beeped out? What?
Well, for one, they're being.
Wow. What do they want them to like? What? Just call them people? Like what do they want?
My God.
What is the political? I don't even know what the politically correct term.
The politically correct term is illegal fucking immigrants.
Right.
That's
I'm
what
just
it is.
saying. Like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
What are they trying to change it like to?
Wow.
Like, holy crap, dude! That's wild.
It is wild.
Transported to communities near me, to shelters near me, and that's upsetting. Why can't we help the homeless veterans instead? The homeless American veterans instead? We're helping.
That gentleman, he said everything there needed to be said, didn't he? He talked about what the problem is in the Bronx, as in most inner cities. What they're forcing onto these inner cities. AOC decided she was going to go to a hotel and do a press conference and just welcome the newcomers with open arms and give them ATM cards and bus cards and everything else, Uber cards. And the people in the city were like, what the hell are you doing? Well, she's pushing people towards Donald Trump. You just saw that yourself.
Number 3.
All right.
For Donald Trump to deliver for our communities.
Go ahead.
We got the term. Thank you, chat. Snake Pit is always correct. Undocumented migrants. That's the term that they want people to use. Undocumented migrants. Did I say that correct, chat? That's what everybody's saying. Like undocumented migrants.
That's retarded.
Come on, Jeremy, get with the time.
That
undocumented immigrants. So, whatever. Well, anyway. Newcomer.
Dan Baskin in the chat says, forget about saving your country and come play Fortnite. Later. I will be playing later, but not right now.
To make the major investments. Let's replace the drugs and the guns with hammers and nails and drills and steel workers. Use our young men. Use our young men that are involved in the criminal justice system to rebuild the housing. Use them, pay them decent salary so they can afford to take care of their children and their family and help lift us up out of poverty. Keep your welfare. We don't want your welfare. We want jobs. Create jobs. Decent paying jobs. Educational opportunities. Initiatives that'll help our young men avoid incarceration. Stop letting them go back in the street to commit more crime. Put real initiatives in place that will save their lives. Sometimes jail, sometimes people are not arrested, they're rescued. So when we continuously have this revolving door, we're actually setting our young men and women up to be killed, to kill themselves or someone else.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
mess with mama. That's what I have to say about this one. It's obvious that she's not alone in how she's feeling. I'm sure you can get that same story from people in Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles. It's all across the country. The fentanyl, the gang violence. And if you notice, she didn't say, give me anything. She said, we need better jobs, higher paying jobs. I don't want to work at McDonald's. I don't want to clean your toilet. I want to build a career. I want to do something that's life-changing for my entire family. That's what Democrats don't understand. People don't want to be kept on a plantation and spoon-fed. Show us the opportunity, we'll take it. She's basically evidence of everything that the Democrats fear.
And this is the type of stuff, man, we need more of this. And it's all happening because Trump had the balls to walk into a place that, in all honesty, probably was not as hostile as the media and the Democrats tried to make it out to be, but they were trying to make it out to be this horrible place that they would never accept him. And he walked right in there as the president of the United States, former president of the United States, rightful president of the United States, and the future president of the United States, the most famous person on the planet. And he tore the house down. And now he has opened up so many new eyes to MAGA. And I don't know, man. I don't want to get overly optimistic on the fact that he could turn New York, but it seems like at least that discussion is out there. That's wild to think about.
I agree.
That's crazy. Jay agrees. Don't be
no,
the meme. Don't be the meme.
I'm ready to see number 2.
Number 2.
Say is that we absolutely must take our country back. And look at this crowd of people.
I love it.
A diverse group of people. But what ties us all together is our love of country. And we have so many people here that escaped from communist countries. I'm a descendant of slaves. My people fought so hard. They fought in World War II, even when they had no more rights. My father was a drill instructor in the United States Marine Corps during the Korean War era. I have to stand up for my country. This is a beautiful and great country, and we have to stand up and save it right now.
All right, yeah.
Go for America.
Let's go.
We must. We must. Yes.
Amen.
Hey, I came from Vietnam. I feel like I'm backed into it now. With Biden, we got to get rid of him. We can't turn into communism. Why is this happening? This is a scary country right now. It used to be so great. Bring Trump back, please. Please.
Everything was super cheap on the Donald Trump, and now everything is super expensive. We can't even ride the MTA in peace.
Yeah, you just go to Roosevelt Avenue or the Roosevelt Hotel. You see immigrants everywhere.
Oh
the
my
subways
God.
are becoming super dangerous.
all right.
I mean, it's just getting.
I'm wondering if, like, the editor is hitting those for whatever reason. I mean, I know he said it himself or wherever he got these video clips from. That's weird that it's twice that's been edited in 2 different clips now. So either way, it's bullshit. I don't know why. It's being edited.
Interesting.
But maybe it's the editor. I
Maybe.
don't know.
extensively ridiculous, and everybody's noticing, especially here in New York. You got the most crooked set of government here with Eric Adams, who swaps and goes back and forth on everything he does, and then he says, "Oh, we got to make things better for the migrants crisis going on over here." When you're the one who caused it, you're the one who called this a sanctuary city. You, Hochul, Letitia James, Alvin Braggs, all of you guys are scumbags, all of you. And what we saw under Trump was absolute success from every corner. The greatest numbers of black unemployment. The lowest rates of inflation. I mean, everything is going up right now. I got a big truck and my gas is going high as all hell, and that's under Biden. You had to see Pelosi the other day had to, act like the Trump's presidency was going down. Meanwhile, the host said, "Yeah, but those though." Right? And they have to kind of lie to the people to make us think that this is what it is. But it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until we all find out what the truth is. Go ahead and put him in jail. Put him in jail and watch the persecuted people on the ground rise up and vote for him even harder. We're going to get the black community, the Latino community. Awesome. We got Los Dominicano over here. And we're going to show support until 2024 is over and Trump is back in that damn White House. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Holy shit. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. You gotta love that shit.
It's awesome.
That was awesome, dude. He was on fire. He was on fire. And that's the passion right there. That's the passion.
24 is over and Trump is back in that damn White House. Let's go.
Now that group right there, they were angry. That group was angry. They're going to actually get out there and spread the message. As I've mentioned in a couple of my videos, what you're seeing is a groundswell. 2 people are going to tell 4. 100 people are going to tell 200. 200 are going to tell 1,000. 1,000 are going to tell 10,000. The message they were sending to the Democrats is that they are fed up. They're over it. They're not even looking to hear what you have to say anymore. You can't reach these people anymore. They have moved on. You've abandoned them for so long. You've blown smoke up their ass for so long. And now Donald Trump is who they're going to look to deliver.
Number 1.
Number 1. So is this the moment where, I wonder if this is the moment where the woman passed out or whatever? Let's see.
Donald Trump is who they're going to look to deliver.
Number 1.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are. It doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans.
I've never heard Donald Trump say that in any of his rallies or any of his speeches. He tailored this speech specifically to the people in the Bronx, and he delivered. He hit it out of the park. We are all the same. We're Americans. We're not African Americans. We're not Hispanic Americans. We're not Italian Americans. We're Americans. We all want the same thing. We want lower gas prices. We want cheaper groceries. We don't want interest rates out the wazoo. We want to be able to afford rent. We want to be able to make mortgage payments. We want to be safe. We don't want to have newcomers invading the country. All of that, everything, every single thing he spoke about Americans and basically the entire spectrum of people, white, black, whatever color you are, that's who he's for. And those people are what's going to deliver him to the White House. So I've got 2 pieces here to close the video, which were just completely moronic. Check out the protesters here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, no, no.
Oh my goodness. What was that? What is that? Why are we not surprised?
Oh boy. Let's see.
Man, look at that energy, man. That's some Jeb Bush energy right there, if I ever saw it. That is some Jeb Bush energy. Please clap energy right there. That's some please clap energy. That looks like the same protesters that were protesting Gina up in Vancouver.
Holy crap, this is funny.
Please clap.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. They did a big thing, and it was all over the news how all these unions were going to descend upon the Bronx and come to this park and, basically try to disrupt Donald Trump. And that was your protest. Now, that could have been because the New York Police Department wasn't playing any games, and I'm sure there were some other security measures taken as well. But in addition to that, this wasn't the crowd for you to come out and mess around with. This wasn't a bunch of college kids. This wasn't a bunch of people on the street. This was the friggin' Bronx. You come in the Bronx, you're gonna get a fight back. If you start something, you can bet it's gonna get finished. And so these protesters were probably like, maybe we don't want to do this here in the Bronx, because that was pitiful. It was only surpassed by this last
That was
clip.
pitiful.
Well, I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here.
What?
Listen, she wasn't ready for this. Team Biden got her on the phone and said, you better get on the freaking news and say something, right? No, I can't. I just partied all weekend, in another state. They're like, get on the freaking news today and say something. Look at all these people at this rally. Get up there, say something, all right? Do your job and make sure that state belongs to us. And she just came out, there's a bunch of clowns out there, and it's going to be blue. Don't you worry. CNN, lowest ratings of all time. That's what we're going to do. That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
She had no points. She had nothing. She called people clowns and just tried to rally the troops with that freaking Jeb Bush, please clap energy. What a joke, man. What a joke.
Oh, man, I love it. I love how much they are coping with all of the success. It's fantastic.
My guess, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York.
Exactly.
Because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
What was the governor of New York City thinking? So we're all clowns. We are all clowns as far as you're concerned. That's
shout out Hypnotic. Thanks for the raid.
Do you know how bad that's going to backfire on her? That's going to be bad. Shout out to Hypnotic.
That's Hypnotic, the bigot. I believe he's the bigot army. So
yeah, he is the big. Yes, he is the leader of the bigot army. Shout out to the bigot army in the house.
He's really trying to get on Tuesday night's main event. I'm just saying, he's really trying.
I don't know. We'll see how many super chats his bigot army sends.
Yeah, I don't think his biggest army sends any super chats.
Yeah, they probably spent all their money on him, making him like top 5 in the country. Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know, but look, man, I'll see if Jay approves it. But we'll see.
We'll talk. You want to say on the day that Donald Trump goes into the Bronx and delivers 10, 20, 30,000 people? That's what you want to say? You want to call your constituents clowns? Good luck with that. You just underscored everything he said. You just underscored everything about him. If you think that the people who support Donald Trump are clowns, I think you're going to find out something very soon. I think you're going to probably lose your job as well. You barely got in there last time. I think the people of New York are going to speak. These people aren't clowns. I can't think of a more ignorant thing that somebody could say about their own constituents. You're taking these people very lightly, but it's no different. It's no different than what you've been doing the entire time up in New York. You've taken your constituents for granted, and now they understand how bad they've been treated because they've been shown the light.
Hayden says the chat's faster than Tim Pool's chat. That's what we like around here. We obviously aren't going to beat Tim in overall viewership, okay? But we can beat him in super chats, and we can beat him in activity in the chat because I read the chat, and Jay reads the chat because we love the chat because the chat is
Hail Snake Pit.
by Donald Trump. And I'm sure this won't be his last New York rally. I'm sure he's going to come back again even bigger. And then you'll have a full clown show for you to laugh at on television. Good luck with that. But before I close, I've got to show you this tweet that went up, which I think fully encapsulated everything the people in the Bronx felt. I don't know who this person is, and obviously they've got an anonymous profile, but this piece here is awesome. Let me read it to you. So Donald Trump held a huge, wildly successful rally in the Bronx today. That itself is in many ways remarkable. It really is. But what I find quite noteworthy is not what happened, but what didn't happen. Let me explain. The population in the Bronx is predominantly black and Hispanic. Like most of America's urban centers, the Bronx suffers from disproportionate amounts of crime, poverty, drug use, and gangs, none of which the Democrats pay any attention to. With that in mind, let me tell you what didn't happen at this rally. Number one, Trump didn't put on an affected fake accent of an AME Zion minister or Shishi Rodriguez. See Hillary.
That's pretty good. That's
little
pretty good.
AOC jab.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Ain't no way he's tired. Remember that crap? He was simply Trump, without airs or any patronizing words or thoughts. He did not tell people of the Bronx that they were victims. He told them that they were powerful and could solve their community's problems by themselves with the opportunity and the government's help.
And that's why they hate MAGA and they hate Trump. They hate individuality because they want people to be reliant upon the government. That's what they have to have. They have to have the racial division, and they have to have people reliant upon this. That's why they continue to embrace mental health. That's why they're trying to get you to put your mental health in your bio. Put your pronouns in your bio. Embrace your mental health. No, fix your mental health. Don't embrace your fucking mental health. But the government and the powers that be want that. They want people to embrace their mental health so that they can be reliant upon them, because a person that controls their own destiny is absolutely useless to the powers that be. They hate that. And that's what Donald Trump is inspiring with people. And that's what MAGA does for people right there.
3, he didn't demonize any groups of Americans as the evil other ones. Like when Biden goes on stage and goes, oh, you know, those evil MAGA.
Oh, Babo Yogi says, welcome, bigots. Make sure your gifties are enabled. Does that mean we're about to start getting some gifties flying in this chat? 2,600 strong right now. Plus, we got almost 400 on Rumble. Shout out. Shout out to Kick, shout out to Rumble, shout out to YouTube.
Extremist. Yeah, he didn't do that. Yes, he criticized the failed policies of Democrats, which he should have, and poked fun at their foibles, but he reminded everyone that we are all Americans first, from coast to coast. Big message that Trump put out there. Number 4, he did not promise to solve the problems of the Bronx with handouts or wealth redistribution. He merely promised that he would help set the national economic conditions so the community itself could solve its own problems through jobs, business, and education. He promised empowerment, not victimhood. That's very powerful. He promised empowerment, not victimhood. You can do this. You can overcome all of this. I'm going to give you the help, I'll give you the direction, but you can do it. Contrast all of this with what a Democrat would say under the same circumstances. Heck, you can contrast it with the vile speech of hate and victimhood Biden gave at Morehouse College this past weekend, where he told the graduates, America hates you, basically. You got a degree? It doesn't matter. You're going to have to work 10 times harder. You're not going to be able to make it. It was atrocious. The difference is stunning. What scares Democrats about this rally is that it shows them that the people whose votes they have taken for granted for many decades are starting to leave the Democrat plantation of victimhood in favor of the uplift, empowering message of Donald Trump and his aspiration to make America a place that is great again for all Americans. I wish I had wrote that. I wish I had been the person who posted that.
So this is a great video, and again, this is from Barry Cunningham. So if you guys are interested in that, Eric K will be dropping links in the chat. But make sure you go give that video a like. And if you're interested, give him a subscription. But that's a really good breakdown, and I really appreciated that. So good work from him, and thank you to the chat for being patient with us through that. I'm sure a lot of you enjoyed that. It was really good. Thank you for the gifted memberships as well. I know that Jay's got a video, or Jay's got some
no problem.
stuff
Do
we're
your
going to
thing.
talk about. But I got to show you. I haven't even seen this yet, Jay. So I've got to. We've got to show the chat this because it's kind of fresh off of.
I just got backup stuff ready. No problem, man. You got good new stuff. Let's go
right,
for it.
I have not seen what I'm about to show the chat. I have not watched this video. I've only seen people talking about it. So during Trump's rally in the Bronx, AOC was streaming with, and thank you, Elite Neo. I see your 50. I'm going to get to yours, Hayden's, Jay Schwalbach, all those. AOC was streaming with Hassan. And here's a reaction from AOC. Have not watched this yet, okay? So here we go.
Oh, God.
I want to tell AOC.
Oh, here we go. What's up? What's up?
He loves it.
He does love it.
This morning, she intended to become a prophet.
Oh, it's because
And
it was
she
raining
said-
this morning, and I said God is good.
Even God doesn't want
He's
to
a pastor.
He's a pastor.
He's a pastor,
rain.
and he
Oh
has
my
all these he has this network of churches.
Madam Prophet
that he has.
AOC,
That he here. I'll let him say. What
Let's-
he
you
says.
have
let
become
him cook.
a false prophet.
False prophet.
Look at what a beautiful day. That means that not only you guys want Trump in the Bronx, because if we're gonna measure that for the weather, then I would say humbly that even God wants you in the Bronx.
She's pissed. She's not happy. She is not happy. She was not happy at all. Watch her face.
The fact that
we're gonna measure that for the weather, then I would say humbly that even God wants you in the Bronx.
Look at her.
Nothing she could say.
What were you
the fact
gonna
that
say?
I just like before that she literally tried to I guess she's like, oh, he's a pastor and he's got a network of churches and everything. Like it's almost like she's trying to build a conspiracy against this person for whatever reason. The reality is, for most people that go to church, understand that a lot of churches do work together to solve certain problems either in the community or in missions and things like that. So just because there's a network of churches doesn't mean like there's some type of like terrible thing going on. You know, that it's crazy that she would just try to pull that out of the
I
to
know.
try to discredit whatever he was about to say. It's pretty wild. Have you ever showed this clip? I'm able to share, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever showed this clip?
I have not.
The one thing about this video, the guy says that there are people in this world that are angry, and they are getting angrier. Case in point, this gentleman right here. Hold on to your buckets because this guy is angry. Are you ready? It's only
Let's
a
go.
minute 20.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where money at? White House was unable to track $6.2 billion fucking dollars sent to Ukraine. California
Turn
was
up a little bit.
$24 billion for combat homelessness.
Okay.
Able to track $2.3 trillion for fucking military spending. Treasury was unable to track fucking $5 trillion for pandemic spending. But they know exactly where your 133 funky ass dollars at, huh? We need information because we know it ain't going back in our infrastructure. Our country look like a third world fucking country. But the amount of money that's coming out of our fucking tax dollars, our cities should look like fucking Dubai. Our small towns should look like fucking Utopia. Our cities should look like the fucking cities of the movie Fifth Element. And some of you soft motherfuckers gonna be like, why he's yelling? Because we getting robbed. That's why. When you add all our fucking day-to-day taxes up, they're taking over 50%. The other 50 cent is out there paying fucking bills, treating us like we nothing but peasants. Y'all pushing our motherfucking buttons.
Yeah.
People will soon fucking realize that we don't have beef with one another any longer. Y'all gonna fuck around and make the American people form goddamn Voltron. All my white American form the left leg. All my Asian American form the right leg. All my black American form the right arm. All my Latin American form the left arm. And Donald Trump forms the motherfucking torso.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Hell yeah, that was badass right there.
Mormon Voltron, baby.
You love to see it, man. Again, we are seeing so much of that right now, and people, I'm telling you, man. If you're out there in the audience, you know, if you're passionate about this, turn your fucking camera on. That dude probably did that from a smartphone camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turn your camera on, put that shit on social media. Spread your voice out there, man. We need every single person out there because they are going to do something wild and crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what yet. I don't know what. And this is what bothers me so much about stuff like this. Like, let me see if I can find this clip right here. When you have really, really smart people sitting down to have a conversation. So is this it? Yeah, Patrick Bet-David sat down with Tucker Carlson the other day, okay? And we're not going to listen to all of it. We're just going to listen to this one little part here, but like right here, okay? So this is who's going to win the election, okay? Is what he asked Patrick Bet-David.
I think what you're saying is, you know, if it plays
hang on.
Not 3 leave in Arizona. Wisconsin, Biden had
Oh my gosh! So he just said it's May 22nd. I don't know when this is going to air. So who's going to win the presidential race and why?
Who's going to win the presidential race and why? I think right now, if it ended today, right? If it ended today and you looked at the states, Wisconsin, Biden has. You can go through the others. Trump has a big lead, I believe, in Arizona and another state by 11 points, 50-39. He's got a 3-2 and 11-point lead on the 6 states that matter. They're not even looking at North Carolina right now. They're like, no, it's going to be his. It's red. We don't even want to report it as a battleground. No, not even reporting it. So if it ends today, it's him.
If it ends today, it's him. Why does he say it like that? If it ends today, it's him. You know why, and we're going to hear why.
Going to win it. However, it's not ending today. The amount of gamification that could happen between now and November 5th, it's endless.
Gamification,
manipulation, you call it. There's a lot of things you can do. So for me, there's a part of me where on the left side of my shoulder, it's a guy that says, future looks bright. It's going to be great. We're going to take over. It's going to be awesome. America's going to be the greatest country in the world and everything's going to be okay, right? Then there's another guy on this side that's super paranoid. But what if?
But why would they be paranoid? It's not like they're going to like unleash a lab-grown virus on the world or like
they would never do that.
Provoke race riots and burn down your cities. Like I don't think they wouldn't go that far.
Why would they do such a thing? They're unifiers. They're not trying to divide. You know that, Tucker.
Tucker's laugh is so good. But this is why, and that's why I wanted to play that little part right there. I have not listened to the whole interview yet. I'm sure it's a great interview, but that's what we are all worried about because we know that they're going to do something crazy. What is it going to be? I don't know, but people have to step up right now and speak their mind about what is going on. They have to, because if they don't, we're fucked. The power is with the people. That is the truth. Let me get a couple super chats really quick. Jay Schwalbach for 50 on Rumble says, I know I send chats to try and make you laugh, and I'm stupid. But this chat is from the heart. Good Logic. Joe, is it Neerman? I know him by Good Logic. Has been trying to push the ungag lawsuit with no help from you, one of two. And I've been begging you to get him on the show for over a month. Joe is 2,000 away from 100K. YouTube's blocking him. You could put him over. My belief is you support Trump my belief is you support Trump is in question. All right. Well, first of all, Schwalbach, you know better than that. But secondly, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't like bringing people on that I don't know at all. I've never, in my opinion, I don't think I've ever had an interaction with Good Logic. If I have, it's been very minimal. So, But even like me just talking about it right now, I mean, if there's links or anything, I have no problem sending those out. But I don't like doing the guest thing. Like, again, if you look at every show we have, I have way too many guests on already. And so CobraCast is typically, reserved for just me. I bring Jay on here on Fridays because he has to fill in for me sometimes, and it's helped the show actually continue on. But I typically don't have guests on. I'm not saying I wouldn't have him on. I did kind of go down the guest route a little bit when I started this show. I had like Salty Cracker on. Hail to the Salty Army. And I've had a few people on, but I try not to make this a guest-centric show. That's just not what I want it to turn into be, because I have way too many shows where I am a panelist or have guests on or anything like that. So it doesn't make sense for me to bring him on any Geeks and Gamer stuff because we're not going to talk Trump over there. So that's really all it comes down to. But we'll see. I just don't want to get into a rhythm of every time somebody sends me a $50 super chat, I have to bring the person on, because that's going to make this show lose what it's meant to be, which is typically a solo show for me. Salty Vader for 20 says, holy shit, she just called a bunch of people from New York clowns. Trump needs to play this when he has his rally in Madison Square Garden. Fuck Joe and the hoe, Trump 2024. What do you think about that one, Jay?
Agreed. Call everybody a clown.
So you would just say, I agree with the super chat?
Well, I'm just saying, I said the exact same thing. So, yeah.
Hayden Wayne for 50.
I'm letting go through the super chats, guys.
Hayden Wayne for 50. Jay Fridays. I can't hang out for long. It's my girlfriend's birthday weekend, and we've been running around since F&T started. Hope you're all having a great night. Thank you, Hayden Wayne, and happy birthday to your girlfriend. Elite Neo for 50 says, hail Jeremy, Jay in the snake pit took Tuesday off in addition to Monday for a much needed extended Memorial Day weekend. Seeing all the support for President Trump is invigorating and the perfect start to this holiday weekend. Stay strong, MAGA. Stay strong, MAGA. Let's go. And then Chad Layton for 10 says, Jeremy may wear the same thing daily, but he still looks better than the same beanie every single day. See? A little positivity in the chat. A little positivity in the chat. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see here. Crazy Clown Town says, did you hear about the Biden rally on Monday? Check out your local cemetery. People are just dying to get in. River Miles says, where's Rolo? Rolo's always streaming over on his channel. I've tried to connect with him a couple times with some streams, but our schedules didn't line up. River Miles says, Joe's policies hurt every single American, legal or illegal. That is true. I follow Paul for 10. Thank you. Steel Valkyrie says, yo, just came from Hypnotic's live stream. He brought your stream up briefly in the chat and told everyone to invade yours. That's how desperate he is for your attention. I haven't really seen an influx in super chats, so I don't think that we're going to be able to get him on anytime soon. Hypnotic just, his bigot army just spends all their money on his stream, so... And plus, Jay has already pulled rank and told me, I wanted to bring Hypnotic on Tuesday night's main event. And Jay was like, nah. I was like, oh, my bad, Jay. Sorry. Jay was really upset about that.
I don't remember that conversation too much, but...
Yeah, he got really mad. He got really, really mad about it. Huh. So, I don't know. I think it really just comes down to because Jay knows that Hypnotic's going to have a bigger channel than him soon.
Yeah. Probably next week.
So I think that's got something to do with it. And
probably next week.
If that happens, probably just going to replace Jay with Hypnotic.
Probably.
Just Team G&G in general.
I respect the move, though. I do respect it. You got to do what's best for the company.
Somebody's speculating that Hypnotic's going to be on Tuesday night's main event in the next few weeks. Why would they speculate something like that, Jay?
He better not be.
All right, Jay, what do you want to talk about?
There's a couple things.
And thank you for the gifted memberships, guys. Really appreciate it. I will get to all of them.
I really
super chats as well.
I really hope, just like the angry guy video that we played. they I really hope people, like you said, are starting to wake up. He said something in there in that video that is just so telling. He goes, how is it that the government can't find several $billion, but they sure can go after people, for that $180 or however it is. This report just came out, and it basically states that the middle class earners are the most targeted group for IRS audits per MoneyWise. Now, remember when they expanded the IRS? They thought that was a good idea because they were going to go after the billionaires and all the rich people to pay their fair share. But instead, that's not true. 63% of new audits of the summer of 2023 targeted taxpayers with an income of less than $200,000. The policies of this president and the things that he's doing is doing everything in his power to keep people from succeeding, to keep people from being independent, and keep people non-reliant on the government. And see, that is the whole thing that I am watching. They have done everything in their power to destroy people that are trying to rise up and have any sense of financial freedom. So eventually they'll be dependent on the government and constantly vote these people in because they have no choice. I don't know if I said too much or whatever. You see this thing with inflation. You see how people can't afford anything anymore. You see what they're doing in college. It all starts with the education system, right?
Yep.
So we start with the education system, and you don't teach kids proper education. We never teach them how to do their taxes. We never teach them how to understand credit. We never teach them how to do budgets, banking systems, how money works, things like that. We never teach them that. Why? Because we want to keep them controlled. We want to keep people we don't want them to succeed. They go to college and they get this weird indoctrination, that there's somebody special, that they could do whatever they want, and end up going into debt. Now imagine this, this kind of weird. We live in this time now where college loans debts are freaking out of control, where a young lad of 17, 18 years old can go to Princeton and get a $200,000 college loan, but can't get a credit card. What is going on with that? Why? That's just to hook them in the system and never let them go. It's kind of backfired because now you have the president saying we'll pay that off, which will teach these young people that they will be relying on the government, right?
Yep.
So then it's and if they don't pay it off, they're clawed in, and then it's hey, you're gonna try to get a job, maybe get a home, maybe get all that stuff. We're looking out for you, right? They go to work at McDonald's because they got these degrees. They're not getting jobs. They're not getting anything, and they're we'll help you out. We'll give you we'll raise the minimum wage at McDonald's to $25. That way, to $25. That way, you can have a livable wage. Well, the companies, and me and you have seen that over and over again. They put in place these giant iPads where they just don't need anybody anymore. So now they're out of work again. So now you have a whole group of people that are constantly dependent. They think they're special. They think they need something, and they look to Uncle Sam to bail them out of debt, to help them get a place to live, to give them money and all that stuff. And now they have their voter. They're completely locked in, right? Because the only thing that they could say to them is hey, if you don't vote for me, the other guy's going to take all that stuff away from you. The other guy's going to make you pay your student loans. The other guy's not going to raise the minimum wage. The other guy's going to do all those things. And now they're completely trapped in a system that they can't get out. And this is how this is all working for the Democratic and their ridiculous policies that they are pushing. They're trying to raise the minimum wage. They do that. Basically, in short, they try to raise the minimum wage. They do that. The companies don't need the workers anymore because they got AI. Now the people are well, what am I supposed to do? Then they get locked into the government because they have nothing else to do. And now they're stuck in housing and everything and have no skills, nothing to contribute. They think that they're special, right? And so they're going to constantly vote this way. That's the only freaking reason that Biden and all these people have any type of percentage of voters that are coming out. It's crazy to watch.
Yeah.
Why in the heck is the government going after the middle class in the IRS when they promised they were going to go after other people? It's to constantly squeeze them and hold them and keep them under control. It is such a crazy thing that we are seeing. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Listen, when I grew up, when Jeremy grew up, jobs like McDonald's or a movie theater or things like that, those were just like after school special jobs, right? Like that. I don't know if that's what they told you, Jeremy. That's kind of like how you looked at it.
Yeah.
Some people stayed in the business and became a manager and moved up, but like most of those jobs were just kind of told and tell you like that's just to get you through college and then you get your career going and stuff like that. It's not like that anymore. The policies in place now are trying to force people to stay in those type of positions and not work themselves up and get out of it so they can get latched on into a system that they can't get out of. It's freaking insane. And then, I mean, this is what's going on in our colleges right now. I wanted to play this because this is funny.
Well,
and I know you wanted to say something.
Well, I just got a $200 super chat I got to read.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Linko Kenobi for $200, Jay. Says, what's up, Jeremy? I got messages from people claiming to help my channel by marketing and helping my channel. I'm not sure if I can trust them. Could use some advice. I also had messages from Kick. I want to grow, but I want it to be safe. Also, anyways, I love the channel. Hail the 199. Okay, so I will give you my advice and only my advice because I do know people that have worked with some of these. First of all, let's be clear about one thing. There are companies out there that can help you that are legit, but there's also scammers out there. And they are basically like piranhas, and a new channel is like blood in the water, and they are circling you because they're basically hoping to get their claws into you and get that fixed rate. And then the whole thing is they'll do it with a ton of channels with the hope that there's a few of them that start blowing up, and then somebody's locked into that, that fixed cost because when you're a up and coming channel, you're going to be willing to give like more, and they're because you're more desperate is what their perception of it is. So then they hope you'll blow up, and then they'll be linked into you when you're making like hundreds of thousands, when you get hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I don't fuck with any of those companies. I never have. And again, I know people that do, but I don't. The bottom line is you need to have as much control over your channel and your revenue coming in on your channel. And that's my experience. There might be another YouTuber out there that gives you a different perception on that, but that's my perspective is you have to grow your channel and you have to grow your audience the way you need to grow it. Because if other people are growing it, a la, like spamming you out to different people or whatever, you just got to grow your channel the best way you can for your audience. And that's been my experience with it, not bringing somebody else into it. So what do you have any advice on that, Jay?
Yeah, don't ask me. My channel's dead. So,
but yeah,
like just you develop your own personality, your own style. People will fall in love with it and stick with you through the thick and thin.
Yeah,
that's just how I see it. Like it's
I mean, because I just think that the first 1,000 is the most important. So get that first 1,000, however the hell you can get them. After that, it's really just about you developing the relationship with your audience the best way you can, because subscribers truly mean nothing at the end of the day. And what I mean by that is the number. The number doesn't mean anything. It's how much does your core audience want to stay interactive with you. This channel has what, 130,000 subscribers. There's 2,500 people watching, which is a fantastic number. My point is well, where's the other 128,000 people right now? Well, they're not interested in what I'm doing, but it's about the people that you're only going to be able to get a certain percentage of your overall subscribers to engage with your content consistently anyway. So that number doesn't mean anything in the big scheme of things. Just what type of content you're producing and taking care of the audience. And the algorithm, which I heard Mr. B say this, the algorithm is another word for algorithm is audience. And so if you're putting something out there that the audience likes, then they will respond. But it takes time. And as a content creator, I'll be honest with you, I was talking to Gary about this. We were on the phone today talking, and it's just like, you never know. Like, YouTube is peaks and valleys, man. Peaks and valleys. One week, you're like, every video I'm putting out, it's crushing it. Bro, Jay, I put out a video the other night. The last 3 or 4 videos on Geeks and Gamers are just tanked. They all have like a 99% like to dislike ratio. They all have tons of comments. They've gone nowhere, and compared to my other videos. And I'm sitting there going, it's over. My channel's dead. I'm never getting views anymore. It's tough. It's a constant grind. And just when YouTube gives you something, they will smack you right back down. That's just how it is. Like, look at Jay. He's got like 80,000 subscribers and he thinks his channel's like small because YouTube has stressed him out, just like stressed me out. But he doesn't have a small channel. He's got a great channel. Right, Jay?
There you go.
Good
it
job,
is a great
Jay.
channel. Good people over there.
Good job,
people over there.
Good job, Jay. Good job.
I was just seeing where you were going with that. That's all.
Schwalbach for 50 says you were on Valiant Renegade with good logic and you were great together. I wasn't on there that long. I was driving. Check your chats. They know and love good logic. I'll send $500 and sex workers to you if you have him on. And then I'll send Jay. God damn it. Okay. I really don't have a problem with having him on. So if that, I will do it for $500 super chat. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty easy from that perspective. But I know he's been in the sphere forever. He's been in LawTube forever. So, but okay, I will reach out to him, Schwalbach, since I know you and you're a crazy bastard. He also says part 2. I'll send Jay a toy. The guy is funny as fuck. Ask your chat. Chat, you want good logic to join the snake pit for a conversation? Let me know. Yeses or nos. Jay, turn it over to you.
Why you said that to the? I had good logic on my channel.
Did you?
Yeah.
When was this?
Twice, I think. Yeah.
When was this?
It was like about 4 months ago. We did a podcast. I know Joe really well, so
why
I can reach out to him.
Fuck, didn't you say something through this whole thing with me and Schwalbach here?
This ain't my channel.
Why the fuck didn't you say something? I'm sitting here like going through all this. All you had to say was, I know Joe pretty well, Jeremy, if you want me to send him a message. But no, you just sat here with a fucking fire burning. Schwalbach questioning if I'm a Trump supporter.
I was on a rant, man, and you stopped me for $200. I'm trying to like get my train building back up.
Jesus
I had a point.
Christ, Jay. Like after all that back and forth between me and Schwalbach, Jay's like, yeah, I've had him on my channel a couple times.
Do you not know me, man? I know everybody. You even say that. You're like, somehow Jay knows that person. You know?
Freaking Jay.
When that girl was getting that country girl, when she was getting all roasted, saying that she's not a pretty woman and guys don't want a girl that lives out in the country like that. And I did a video on her. It's because I know her. I met her at 9 Line Apparel. It's like, I know who she is. And you were like, what the freak, dude? You know everybody. I was like, I know. Like, there's pictures of us just hanging out. It's one of those things. I don't know. I just bump into people. They like, look at this guy. He looks cool. I don't know. let me just take a picture with him. It's all fun and games. But no, Joe, I had Joe on. We talked about his channel, and he covered a lot of like some of the lawyer stuff, like he does LawTube and stuff at times, and that's so it's
Thanks,
pretty cool.
Jay. Thanks, Jay.
So I know him well. If you need me to reach out, I can, but I don't really like doing that for people. I don't like being that guy. That's the only thing. I never like going, hey, I'm
Jay.
the middle guy. Would you like to do this? Like,
Freaking Jay.
That's all.
Next, how about that? How
Because
about
everybody asks me for stuff. You should see my DMs of people wanting me to talk to everybody. You,
must be
Ryan,
a big deal. You must be a big deal, Jay. You must
Gary.
be a big deal.
It's
You must
shocking.
be a big deal, Jay. You want to? Are you going to be here next Friday?
I am a big deal. What are you talking about?
Are you going to be here next Friday?
It's possible. We'll see.
Set it up.
We'll see. With Joe?
Either that or
next
or the
week
following
might be
Friday.
next
okay,
week
then
might
the following
be an issue.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let me see
Figure
what
it
the
out.
schedule is.
Figure it
I'll
out.
see
All
what
right.
the schedule is.
What do you want to talk about? You've derailed my show too many times. What do you want to talk about?
What the freak? I want to show you what is happening in our colleges.
I'm going to get something to drink. Handle it.
Wow, he didn't even want to know.
Handle it. I'll be right back.
This is what is happening. Let me just recap here. All I was saying was, if we don't get control of like what is happening in our education system and begin to teach proper things, it is going to spiral out for an entire generation. They don't know how to. People don't know how to pay their taxes. They don't understand that if they hire a tax attorney person, things like that, they could save themselves more money and headache than doing it themselves. If they don't understand how credit cards work and interest rate and percentage and investing and all that stuff work, we're going to have a whole bunch of people that have no money, and they're going to be relying on the government, because this is what is happening in our colleges. This is UCLA, right? They are still protesting, the whole war over there. They built another encampment at UCLA for Palestine, and now they decided to go on a hunger strike. And when the hunger strike was over, they wanted people to deliver food to them, and this is what happened.
Actively blocking food and water from coming in. This is not normal. It's unacceptable.
It's also not
Bring
legal.
food in now. There is food and water there. There's no reason why it can't cross the line.
So they're yelling at two people standing on a sidewalk saying, you're interfering with bringing food and water to our Palestine protest party. When the school has come out multiple times and said, you could literally just walk over the fence and take your fat butt over there and get your own burger. We are not going to hand deliver you food and water in your stupid encampment, right? While you're doing this during school time, when you should be learning, right? This is why you're in school. No, they're in school to build a protest thing up because they think they're saving the world. Now they want people to hand deliver them food and water. And oh no, Jeremy, they got their megaphone. Well, you know what? I think the world is healing just a little bit. You want to know why?
I want to know why.
Because the same little protest, these same little, I'm going to be nice. I don't want to call them names, all right?
I do.
These same little pro-Palestine, I built an encampment, okay? Some of them were actually graduating. They were going to graduate college. And the college was like, you kind of caused a disturbance on the school. You left a bunch of trash. You didn't finish your last semester. So they started to escort all these people out that were part of the protest and wouldn't let them go to their graduation ceremony. So now he's freaking out here. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's turning on the phone to record because he's like, I graduated, man. I want to walk with my class. And they said, you're not allowed to walk because you were part of the protest. So this guy gets escorted off the property with a bunch of other people. So I got to give credit to where credit is due. Thank the college. I think they did the right thing here. He's definitely shocked that he's got some kind of consequences for his action. I mean, look at that face.
Yeah. That's being called you're being held accountable for your fucking actions. Welcome to the real world where that happens.
100%.
You have your freedom of speech and your freedom of all this, but you don't have freedom of consequences.
And while the other fat kids that haven't graduated yet, they're standing there with a bullhorn wanting their chicken nuggets delivered to their Palestine protest. You know what I mean? It's like this is what's happening in our college campuses. Shout out to the college. I think this is Princeton. Oh, no, excuse me. This is Harvard who did this. So shout out to, I give credit where credit is due for doing that. They rounded up everyone that was part of that were graduating and just escorted them off the property, saying like that's just where you go. So now on the other side, UCLA, they're demanding that they be hand delivered food. But that is what's happening in our colleges. They're not being taught how to manage their money. They're not being taught about taxes. They're not being taught about anything. They're being they're turning into SJWs right before our eyes, and they're gonna think that they live a world of entitlement, right? I got $200,000 in student loans. I can't pay that. I work at McDonald's. Uncle Sam will pay for it. No problem. Thank you. Actually, it's Jeremy paying for it, and it's everybody in the chat paying for it. And so we're taking the bill on that. Oh, I don't make enough money. I got a college degree here, and I don't make enough money working at McDonald's so I can rent an apartment. Don't worry. Good old Joe's going to take care of that. We're going to raise the minimum wage to $50 an hour. That way you can live properly, right? And then all of a sudden, these wonderful corporations are going to I ain't paying that crap for some retard to stand there and say, would you like fries with that? All right. So they're gonna spend money on the AI system. So now these people don't have jobs. So they're like, well, I'm in debt. I can't pay the rent. And then what are they going to do now? The only thing they know how to do, set up the camera in their car and look at it and cry and go, how do you guys live? Yep. I can't get my Starbucks coffee anymore because you guys voted for Trump. What's wrong with you? It's like, welcome to the real world, people. And they will constantly live this life of entitlement until things change, because that's what these policies and stuff that these people are putting into place. That's what's happening. There's no way on college campuses that people should build a freaking encampment for Palestine, raise the Palestine flag, and then demand people bring them food. If you want to go protest, take that crap somewhere else while there's other people actually trying to get an education, even though college ain't what it used to be. Jay, but that's the thing. But still, here's the biggest. I say all that for this. That first tweet that I brought up. If you make less than $200,000, the freaking IRS is coming for you to make sure that you pay every dollar, because that's who they want to squeeze.
Yeah.
And these people that don't make more than $200,000, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them have never been educated properly on how to do taxes, how to get out of that mindset of doing easy form, 1090 easy. Is that what it's called? Things like that, because they've never been taught that way. It's not their fault. They just never been taught. They've never been taught how to manage their money and manage their credit cards and manage their bills and understand that, interest rates on housing and cars and all that stuff. The whole system is designed to keep people under $200,000 that way. It just is. I'm sorry. It just is. If you have a little mess up with credit, you go try to get an auto loan for your car, they're going to give you the highest interest rate known to man. Plus, now you're paying $1,000 for a freaking car a month for 7 years. It's crazy, man. And it's all just to kind of keep you entrapped in this thing. And then on top of that, the government goes after you to make sure you get all these little forms. It's insane, man. It's insane.
It is.
Sorry, man. I just watch this stuff from a perspective of people saying, I don't know why I don't have money. I don't know why I'm paying all these taxes. I don't know why all this stuff is happening, because you never taught differently. It's like you never taught that stuff. And it's like once you begin to educate yourself on this ridiculous tax form, I just think they should throw it all out. This ridiculous tax form where there are millionaires that don't pay any taxes, man.
I know.
They don't pay any taxes because they understand how the system works.
This is the first year, so with running the business and everything, this is the first year that it's really started to affect me in terms of the taxes, and the inflation has been astronomical. It's why the decision to not have HQ. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't keep up with it with everything else we have going on. I finally started to feel it this year, and I'm spending an ungodly amount of money, and I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why am I spending more money when I haven't nothing else has changed? It's not that anything's changed except for it's Biden's inflation, it's Biden's America, it's the taxes, it's everything. It's affecting everything.
That's what I'm saying. But see, that's what they want, because then you can never crack out of the system that they want to keep you in. I know that sounds conspiracy or whatever, but that is exactly what is going on, right?
Yeah.
They want people to spend $1,000 on groceries, which normally should cost $100. Right? They want you to eat bugs. They want you to eat this manufactured meat. They want you to do all those things. Listen, you all. I'm just telling you, when the celebrities come out and start endorsing crap, it's coming from the top, man. It's coming from the top. When freaking Robert Downey Jr. and all these people start showing up on these talk shows, going, "Hey, you know what I have here? It's bug stuff, man. It's great. Man, we're going to save the environment. We all started eating roaches and cockroaches and crickets and all that stuff and just put it on your bread. Oh, by the way, this bread, it was made from bugs too. Let's all like slap it around and eat each other. And hey, I'm going to have a steak. And they made it in a freaking lab. It's freaking insane, dude.
It is.
It's freaking insane.
Is.
Like where we're living at. The American dream is no longer reality because, unless you're a multi-millionaires, like they're not living like they used to. $100,000 a year is not what it was just 5 years ago. Not just 5 years ago, man. It's freaking crazy. And it's like people like me had to go and educate myself on how taxes work, how credit card system works, how banking system works, investments, all that stuff, stocks and all that stuff, where to invest, where to put your money here, how to manage your debt, how to put your debt here, how to do this, how to make sure your taxes, how to write everything off. I know it's a pain in the butt, but when you look at your taxes and you write every single thing off and you're able to do that and put that over here and do that and have it's crazy the amount of things you have to do to finally kind of crack out of the system just for a little bit, just for a freaking little bit. And if people don't understand and wake up, their grocery bills are going to get higher. Their gas is going to be through the freaking roof. I mean, they're going to have to move in. Like houses are going to be filled with 12 people, with only 2 bedrooms, simply because this is the policies that are in place. And then they have the nerve to look at you in the face, these people, and go, "It's the best economy we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's working. Everybody's doing great. Just look around. Look at everything. Oh, by the way, we took $90 billion out of your taxes and just we put it in another country." Hey, get the freak out of here with that nonsense, man. It's crazy to see that. That money should be going back into the people. It should be helping us, educating us. Our tax code should be almost next to nothing. And that's the American dream. So people can grow and live and protect and provide for their family, not this generation, but the next one and the next one, their grandkids and their great grandkids. All that stuff is all gone, man. It is gone. And it only took a few years to get there. Well, sorry, man. I know I'm rambling on, but it's it sucks.
No, you bring that up.
People having to deal with that. Like real people, they show up in our chats all the time. People give and they support with money that they don't have. I understand that. And it's like you get emails and stuff from people that watch your live streams for years. And they're just like, "Dang, man, I used to love support you, Jay. I lost my job. I don't know what to do," stuff like that. And it's heartbreaking. It's freaking heartbreaking where we are as a country when billions of freaking dollars should have been poured back into America, because no matter what, every statistic I have ever read for years on years, right? Years on freaking years shows that out of every country in the entire world, America has always been, the American people has always been the most generous when it comes to helping, when it's if there's like a disaster and, we do like fundraisers, we are the world, all that stuff. Like the American people comes through bigger and better than any other country. And it's not even close. The American people adopt more children than any other nation. It's not even freaking close. Right. So when the America is doing well, they're able to give and help the rest of the world. Like I talk about Haiti. When I was in Haiti, when the earthquake happened in Haiti in 2010, Barack Obama was the president. He decided that he wanted to give America was going to give Haiti money. You know what they gave? America, not the American people. America gave them $150 million. Now, there's a whole nother conversation that all that money went corrupt. I believe that. He gave Haiti $150 million of debt reduction, basically telling the country of Haiti that just went through a terrible thing, we'll pay off a credit card, whatever. The American people gave almost $3 billion out of our own pockets. Now, that freaking money, that's probably in the Clintons' pocket, but I'm just saying, I was just using it as a point as people, American people, are more generous when they are thriving and doing well than any other place in the world. And it's like if people, and we could solve a lot of these problems if they start dumping the money back in and investing in Americans instead of places that I probably will never go in my lifetime. It's freaking crazy to me that every time I wake up, you see a tweet And it's like, oh, the Biden administration just decided to give another $100 billion. And then you just drive down the road and you see playgrounds and buildings and hospitals and all that stuff, like just in shambles, man. It's like, and then
I've
what
got
do they
the perfect
do?
video to show to complement everything you're saying.
Freaking Biden, what's the problem? He blames the governors. It's crazy. Sorry, man. All right, I'm done.
No. I want you to continue after this.
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations. But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. And many of these nations owe massive amounts of money from past years and not paying in those past years. Over the last 8 years, the United States spent more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. If all NATO members had spent just 2% of their GDP on defense last year, we would have had another $119 billion for our collective defense and for the financing of additional NATO reserves.
What do you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, 100%. The rest of the world freaking laughs at America. They're like, hey, make sure you put America on our list if we start a committee. You know why? Because Jay and Jeremy and everyone in the chat's going to pay for it. We're not. We're going to keep our money in our own pockets. You know, like let's make sure we start another, world union group, but make sure America's involved because they're the ones that are going to constantly pay for it. And it's not printing money. It's for our freaking taxes, man. It's us. It's the guy that drives the truck for Amazon. It's the postal worker, right? It's all those people. It's the people that working at Walmart. It's all those people they're trying to squeeze are paying all this bull crap, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't freaking be that way. Then you get these ridiculous politicians in office, Republican and Democrat both, and they're like, hey, the taxpayers ain't making, they ain't doing it. Like, we got to up the taxes a little bit over here. Let's shave a little bit over here. Let's charge a little bit more for bread, a little bit more for milk. They won't understand it, right? And then we'll sell our weapons to other countries so we can make more money. It's freaking ridiculous, man. And it's like the fact that Trump, the only person I've ever seen, look at all those leaders in the face and say, can you pay up? Oh,
he didn't say K. He said you will pay up.
I don't think they're paying now.
They're not now, but they were under Trump. They were under Trump.
Freaking wuss that's in office now is like, you don't have to do that anymore. We'll go back to like taking care of it. It's freaking ridiculous, man. I don't understand why people don't see that. It's because they're protesting Palestine in their colleges and demanding for chicken nuggets to be delivered to their little Palestine protest.
And having their mental illnesses celebrated instead of addressed. When you
have a guy wearing a dress with fingernails polish on and lipstick going, I want to vote for Joe Biden for, to stop guns and help children and sexuality. Like that's what they want. Get the freak out of here, man. Like I'm telling you, like it's ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous and sad, and everyone is hurting, man. We're gonna have an entire generation that's lived through these educational system with Joe Biden that are gonna be wandering around the streets wondering what to do because they're not gonna know what to do because no one prepared them for real world or life. You saw that. Listen, man, we were driving in Boston. A guy broke his tire, busted his tire, and he just looked at it, scared. We had to change the tire for him.
No. Don't even pull this we bullshit, okay?
I ate a donut.
Me and Ryan changed the tire for him. You sat there with a donut recording me and Ryan.
Well, you guys were being nice.
And Ryan, listen, I've seen Ryan disgusted with a lot of things because Ryan hates everything. I don't know if I've ever seen him more disgusted with that guy because that guy had absolutely no clue what to do.
He stood there shaking. Like,
he had no idea. And I looked at
felt
Ryan and I'm
bad
like,
for him. We all felt bad for him.
I looked around. I'm like, we're gonna help him. He goes, fucking kidding me. Ryan's attitude on it was, he'll either figure it out or he'll die.
Yeah. That's it.
And you remember I had my big NASCAR jack with me? I pulled that big NASCAR jack.
He weighs about 500 pounds.
Yeah,
Holy crap. Couldn't even get it out of the truck.
Yeah, he was terrified. He was scared to death. He was standing there. He was fully masked, everything. Of course, this was when they were requiring masks everywhere. You know what I mean? But
we didn't have one.
We didn't have one. But yeah, he was scared to death. He was terrified. And you could tell. And I looked at it and I was like, dude, we got to help this guy. Like, he's going to stand here. He's like, it was pathetic. So, yeah, Ryan was basically like, he'll either figure it out or he'll die.
Crazy.
Hey, we got Renee Valerill for 50, Jay, and says, what Jay is saying about education is already happening. There are there's a lost fraction of important jobs that require degrees that are filled by people unqualified to perform them.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be. Trade schools is like where it's at right now. It's like people that are like plumbers and all that stuff are making serious bank.
Yep.
Such a high demand for it.
And thank you for the 50. And it had Jay's name in it. Jay, we got another one with your name in it. Total Chaos for 50. Says, wow, this is the first time I've heard so much from Jay. I love it. You should speak your mind more, Jay. New season of Fortnite is wild, by the way. Yes, and me and Jay are going to be playing that here. We're going to have to go through. You know what? You know what I'm going to do, chat? I'm going to do a Super Chat Square Up tomorrow. I won't stream over Jay tomorrow, though, because Jay's got a big stream tomorrow, okay? But tomorrow night, I'm going to have to do a Super Chat Square Up, and it's going to be another CobraCast, all right? So we're going to do another CobraCast tomorrow night, all right? And we're not ending right now. I'm just saying, like, I can't get to everything tonight because we've had a good discussion tonight, but I'll do a Square Up tomorrow, another CobraCast tomorrow night after Jay's stream. And you're going to have a long stream tomorrow, right?
I might be 6 hours.
Fair enough. So
I'm going to start early, though. I think I'm going to start like at 3.
Based Shaman says, how to grift the internet over the weekend. Step 1, stream tomorrow. Step 2, label your stream. Nick Rekieta is the next Jack Murphy. Step 3, just constantly say on stream, all swingers are cucks. Step 4, profit. Yeah, I mean, everybody's talking about the Rekieta stuff. I said all I'm going to say on the matter. It brings me no joy that someone that I know is going through some shit, but it sucks. But there's a lot of people out there talking about it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with talking about it. It's just not something I'm going to do. And I only talked about it because a lot of people in the chat it happened during my stream. Like the announcement of his arrest happened during my stream. Yeah. But I hope everything is worked out, and I think there's a long road for him to go. But I'm gonna offering any support I can in private. That's all.
I just praying for that family. For everybody involved. That's 100%. Just me.
100%. Lying dog-faced pony soldier with 20. Says, see the Laffer curve theory of maximizing taxes and taxpayer freedom. Max taxes and personal freedom can be achieved at 15 to 20% total tax. Rates at 15 to 20 do not increase tax revenue, but only decrease personal freedom. I'll have to check into that. I mean, as a business owner, this is the first time I have had a real, again, I am not I noticed I'm we're spending more money, but we're making more money. But but my scaling hasn't gone out of control. I'll tell you what's gone out of control. The fucking country has gone out of control.
Yeah, it's
as a business owner, it is horrifying right now. Now again, and I'm not saying that it's horrifying for everybody. So if you're 9 to 5, if you got a real job, unlike me, but if you got a real job, it's probably even worse. But it's just that you don't control your own destiny in Biden's America. You absolutely don't. Let's see. Patriotic Gestalt says, many thanks to both of you. Thank you. River Mile says, the net IQ of Hamas, Abi, and AOC is 2 digits. Zevin Cross says, first, they call us deplorables, and now they call us clowns. If they keep talking like that, they will make us stronger and more motivated. Damn right. Damn right. Aided Clock for 10 says, these students need Trump's speech on success. Don't ruin your momentum with useless protests. Skywalker DFS says, Jeremy, you always get Jay riled up. Jay, you guys don't know this. Like, I don't know. Jay is like, I think Jay has some Trump charisma to him. And what I mean by that is that I don't think Trump thinks about any of the stuff he does. He just goes with it because that's who he is. Jay just is the most, he doesn't know how funny he is. He does the funniest shit ever. And he doesn't even mean to. I've talked about like this the other day, like what you did on Tuesday Night's Main Event was the funniest shit ever. And you didn't even mean to. You didn't even mean to make it funny. But like this happened the other night and it killed me to watch this right here. I showed this to my family. I showed this to everybody. Watch this.
Dan, is there a song out there you'd like to cover but you haven't yet? What song would you never sing unless you were forced to sing it?
Oh, there are so many songs I would like to cover, but I just don't have the time or the energy to do.
I'll be right back, Jay. You're in charge.
But a song I would never cover. A song I'm requested a lot, but I would never cover because it's such a simpy song. Is that one? She's gone.
Let's keep it moving.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That was
that was a little rude.
That was
wow.
Brutal.
I thought that was
you killed the whole momentum, dude. Like you killed the whole vibe.
All I said was let's keep it moving.
It's basically like you farted in an elevator and made it awkward for everybody. One more time.
Is that one? She's gone.
Let's keep it moving.
What? Holy shit.
That was a little rude.
What?
That was brutal.
I thought that was the name of the song.
No, it's called She's Gone.
Shut the hell up, Dan.
Dan didn't
She's
realize
Gone by
tried to
Steelheart
save
is a
myself.
simpy beta song that will never cover.
I said I think that's the
How do
name
you-
of the
what do
song,
you
and
think
Dan
about that,
just
Jay?
thought he didn't realize I was trying to cover. I guess he really thought I thought that was the name of the song. So he's like, it was like, no, the song is this. So I was like, oh man. Dan's in the chat. He says very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Jay's that guy that takes his job. He's like, you know, the hall monitor guy, where he takes it so fucking seriously. I leave for 2 seconds, like, you're in charge, Jay. All I was saying is like, hey, if like something happens, you know, just handle it. I'm just designating a person to handle things for the 10 seconds I'm away. And Jay's like, let's keep it moving. Just steps in really quick. It was so fantastic.
It's crazy.
Took your job really seriously.
Like this is the stuff that this is the stuff that gets me like getting back to like our piss poor government. This is the stuff that people should be watching, and that they should be there should be laws in place for this. This is Nancy Pelosi. She decided to dump a ton of money in this stock right here. In a matter of about 100 days, it shot up and it's now worth $2.5 million in 183 days.
What the fuck?
Then the stock was up here when she sold it for like 2.5. It is now like it's starting to dip back down. It's almost like someone called her and said, "Put your money here.
Yep.
You're gonna make millions of dollars, and then take it out once it hits a certain spot." Stuff like that's the stuff. Yeah, insider trading, all that stuff. She's not the only one that made a lot of money on that stock. So I keep an eye on that. People, it's funny. I don't want to talk stock, but it's like I keep an eye on all that because Democrats and Republicans do the same thing. They talk around, they whisper, they're like, hey, you got $100,000, dump it in here, save it for a month, you'll make $1 million, then get rid of it, and then it'll come right down. That, number one, should be illegal. If you are a member of Congress, a Senate, or anything, you should not be swapping stocks or anything like. I don't care what that is. You are a public servant. You know, you do that stuff when you get out. All that stuff should be frozen, in my humble opinion. People should not be going into office non-millionaires and coming out multimillionaires in just 4 years. It's freaking retarded that happened. So like that's the first thing I would do. It's like term limits and people are saying it is illegal, Jay. I know that. I'm just saying like they shouldn't just do stock. Period. Like it's just they shouldn't be able to invest. Dick Cheney left the freaking White House like. We could go on and on for that. I'm just saying their net worth they skyrocket when they come out of office. While us, you know, like the normal people are paying double for milk and bread, man. It's freaking something has to change, man.
I know it.
It has to change quick. You know, and or people, you know, the next thing is Americans are gonna just leave the country. You know? Either that or it's like we're just going to find another country to live in that's not as expensive and just go over there. So I hate to say it like that, but I mean, eventually, like you have to think about your family, you know, and what's happening with your family. That's it. Or you know, people are going to be taking like 2 jobs. Anyway, we can go on and on. But it's awful. So please do your homework and vote properly when you go. I was just talking to somebody who's going to vote for the first time, right? And they were like, yeah, I'm going to vote for president. I was like, listen, when you go to that voting booth, you ain't just voting for presidents. You're voting for like 50 things. You're voting for judges. You're voting for a sheriff. Well, in some counties, not all of them, but like I know you're voting for important laws. You're voting for certain things. So make sure you do your homework. You know, make sure you do your homework on all. It's all important.
1,000%. I got this. $20 from Dan C. says, Jay is the best. He's the reason I found all the awesome people of Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic Fellowship, and a bunch of other awesome people. Also, taxation is theft, and all gun laws are an infringement. I want all of you to remember how much you love Jay when Achromatic Chronicles
that'd be
drops.
awesome.
That's what you got to remember, all right? And he will be here, okay, when that happens, all right? And we're going to be pushing it to the moon. But we are going to end this here soon. Skywalker DFS says, I don't know about you, Jeremy, but I would let Alina Habba give me AIDS. I fucking love these comments. Jeremy's creamy back in says, how does it feel to be starring in The Acolyte?
I sent Jeremy that.
Oh, yeah.
So on Daily this morning, Ryan pulled up an article and it had a picture of the Black Jedi, the non-binary Black Jedi, whatever. And I was like, that kind of looks like Jeremy. And then Ryan's like, well, that's a black actor. And I was like, okay. And then all you got to do is say those words, the greatest shot in the world. They go to work. And I sent Jeremy the picture. And do we want to see it?
Yeah. Pull it up.
Do we want to see it? Jeremy is, let's see. Jeremy is in. He's gonna be in The Acolyte. Here it is. Here. That's why he doesn't want to talk about Star Wars anymore, because he's under an NDA. There he is, right there. Of course, you'd have a sissy yellow lightsaber. You know, of course you would. Wouldn't have a blue or green. You get the Rey lightsaber. That's actually a really good photo.
That is pretty good.
Really good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can't complain. That's pretty good. BFSD says, Jeremy, your job is better than mine. I work at Walmart. Not saying I completely hate it. I love the hard work. Swig of water for the retail working man.
Hey, man. Heck yeah.
Swig of water to the retail working man.
I got tea.
But, okay, let me run through a couple more. Thank you for all the gifted membership tonight, guys. I'm going to get everything tomorrow. So, again, Saturday CobraCast is happening. Saturday night CobraCast is happening, all right? So, I will definitely get everything tomorrow. Schwalbach over on Rumble says, Fuck. Jay's your booking manager. Hire him. He could have pulled this off months ago. Holy shit.
Well, you don't super chat me, so I don't know. That's all. I don't get nothing from you over on my channel, boss.
Had back surgery today, and my typing skills are not that great today, but the credit card is working great. Take my money, you whore. Jay, you proved your magical grifting skill. Good move. Look at that. Look at that. So we'll set it up. We will set it up. We'll get it worked out. All right. Danky, 1-800-DANKY says, can't wait for your Star Cruiser stream tomorrow. This is a member message, Jed. 1-800-DANKY, member message. Can't wait for your Star Cruiser stream tomorrow, Jay. I found the fellowship through your original Star Cruiser stream 2 years ago with a question mark. I think he's questioning how long ago it was.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay, so Jay,
I bring people together.
You and me, and it looks like Krista Nova, and maybe we'll have a fourth, are going to be playing the new season of Fortnite. Okay? So tell them what you got going on tomorrow, though. Your Saturday stream is going to be a pretty crazy, awesome one. So tell them what you got going on.
My channel was, it was kind of, there was a lot on the Star Cruiser. And a woman who really loves who really loves Disney Star Wars went there, and here we go. I'm gonna put this up. She did a 4-hour video. For some reason, the Star Cruiser was dead. This person has not put out a video in a year. She puts out a 4-hour video on how bad the Star Cruiser is. It's got 5 million views. And Chris Gore himself and many others, Jeremy, they're like, you need to react to it, Jay, because you did a lot of Star Cruiser stuff. So I think I'm starting early. I think I'm going to start around 3, maybe 2, because we're going to watch the entire video. I'm going to react to some of the things she's saying. We're going to go through it all. It's going to be like a freaking 6-hour stream. It's going to be wild, man. So that's going to be tomorrow on the Drunk 3PO channel. And if people like that kind of stuff from me, and maybe I'll just do that once a week. We'll find a 4-hour video. I'll watch it and go over it, and we'll call it a YouTube live.
And whenever he ends or towards the end of his stream, that's when I'm going to go live and do my Super Chat Square Up. And it'll just be a CobraCast as well. We'll talk about whatever news is going on. So Saturday, and honestly, I'm feeling froggy, and I might jump. We might do a CobraCast on Sunday because I'm just having a lot of fun these days. We might do a Saturday and a Sunday CobraCast. It might happen, all right? It might happen. And I think I'm going to do that because I feel bad that I'm leaving a few Super Chats on the table, but I want to do we got to keep the gaming. I've been trying to keep up with everything right now. Having Jay on, obviously that makes us have more conversations, but that's better for the audience. I know we can't get to every super chat when I do that, but it's a balancing act. But I really appreciate every single one of your super chats, and I hope you guys do know that.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. We had a good show, and that's the most important aspect of it right there. So I'll catch up on all of that tomorrow. Thank you so much. So this is going to raid the gaming stream, and then Jay, you're going to be live on your channel. I don't know if Chris is going to go live or not. If she's in the chat, let's see. If she's going to be live, I'll let you know. But other than that, Jay, thank you. Great show tonight.
I'll see you in like what? 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 15 minutes. So
all right,
thank
I'm gonna
you,
go
Jay. Yep,
build my set my room up. I'm out.
All right, so Jay's out of here. Thank you guys so much again. You know what? Fuck it. Let me see if I can get through some of these really quick. I hate leaving any super chats on the table. Love Dogs for a 199. Thank you. The Fixer. Biden is a coffin dodger. Let's fucking go. Trump 2024. Gung Ho Mac. I'll give you money since Jay is here. Not anymore. Steiner Math says being called Istanphobes for 7 years has made an impact. Just like being called Nazi before, it has lost all meaning and is met with apathy. Well said. Johnny the Whiz Kid says, I had Raising Cane's for the first time, and I'm not usually a chicken tender guy, but they tasted excellent there. I would go back again, A tier. Raising Cane's is good. Their sauce is damn good. Darian Murphy says, Jay, I emailed you for Trump's New York Groove video. Each email. All right, I'll check that out tomorrow. Cyberhunk 2069 says, Trump may go down as a better black president than Obama. Certainly a straighter one, Melania, greater than Big Mike. Airsoft 123, got to go to New York City. Got to go to the NYC rally. I saw him up close, man. That's awesome, man. Love hearing that. Laura Lynn Lance, I'll make sure to read this for Jay because I know you always send him when Jay's here. Hail 199, my uncle is becoming a U.S. citizen in June, finally after 55 years. Thank you, Jeremy, for streaming Trump 2024, and as always, smooches Jay Bear. Harbinger of the unconventional. Philly next? Maybe. Robert Broker says, you are watching a third-party channel. The channel probably bleeped it, not the news. Yeah, that's what I think we figured. Troy News says, if you spend $1 million a day, it would take you 2,740 years to spend $1 trillion. The U.S. government spends $1 trillion every 100 days. Scary. Mitchell Field says, we need an AI lip reader to fight fake news. Lower lips liquor, that's the term Biden said we are to use after he called one illegal in that speech. That is true. He did do that. Let's see. Swords and Starship says, Commander Jay, I am an expert in cool. The sunglasses are cool. Also, fire, dope, or tits in the modern youth vernacular. Yeah, I like the shades. And it's honestly, I'm getting old, man. It's easier on the eyes. You know, I got all these screens. I got like a bat cave. Yeah, I'm sure you can see the reflection. You see how many screens I have? Look at that. I got a lot of screens. Adam says, we are here. Darth Lover turned loose says, Bigot Army Raid. Raiden Cage says, Bigot Army Raid, and I'm here to ruin ESG score. Chaos Forever, Bigot Army Raid. Adam says, when Jay gets his bag out, Bigot Army Raid. EHEV, South Park predicted this. Put a chick in it. Put a chick in the New York governor's office. Make her lame and gay. Blabs the Tower Tart says, Jay should use the acolyte to shat his way to FNT. Electric Dream says, cheers from Texas again. Hypnotic sent me. Hail to the Hypnotic. Mr. E409, I sent you a DM on probably Twitter. It's a live react of AOC on Hassan Piker's live stream. 199, God bless President Trump. Yes, we did react to that. Let's see. Is it Chic? Says, you two look like old SNL dub airs skits. Those were awesome. VHS capture. AOC is the way, is that way because she hasn't had a good clapping. I volunteer as a tribute, and I will handle that big booty Latina. All right, I'm going to call it there. There's still quite a bit of member messages and super chats, but we will get those tomorrow night. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. You guys know I hate leaving super chats on the table, so I had to get through as many as I could. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're going to do the outro, and then we're going to raid the gaming stream. I'll see you over there. Thank you all. I love you all. I appreciate you. Have a great night. Trump 2024, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Time to rule at last. 15 years held up. delivery. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and die. What I say was said in heaven, and so it shall be done. I know I was destined to rule alone. All for myself I have claimed the throne, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. See Carolus rise. With the Lord my protector. Make a bow to my will. To the sky. See Carolus rise. To the sky. See Carolus rise.
All right, guys, I'll see you over on the gaming stream. And then, of course, CobraCast tomorrow night. Saturday night, CobraCast is happening. Can't wait. New season of Fortnite's out. Apparently, it's fucking crazy. I don't know what to expect. I haven't played it at all yet, so we'll see. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Have a great night, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.